Hello everyone, welcome back to another ADRA Insider podcast. I'm glad you could join us this time. Today I am joined by our Community Engagement Coordinator, Janice Smith, and I'm also joined by a guest via Zoom,
Yes.
Roshawn. So we'll start with Roshawn. Do you mind introducing yourself?
Hello, guys. My name is Roshawn Nunes. I am currently an ambassador for Hoops for Hunger, and also a veteran of Hoops for Hunger. I've been there from day one, played on many teams, played in many tournaments. So, yeah, that's pretty much about me.
All right, thank you. And Janice?
Well, hi, I am the Community Engagement Coordinator, of course, at ADRA Canada, and started Hoops of Hunger at Toronto West about, 7 years ago I started.
All right. And so, as you can gather, today we will be talking about the Hoops for Hunger event that has been going on at ADRA now for 7 years, I believe it's been. 7 years. 2014 was the first year.
That's right.
2014 is actually the first time I met you, Janice.
That's right.
You were the ambassador at the Toronto West Church at the
still
time.
is.
You still are.
Mm-hmm.
So you've had quite the tenure there as the ambassador. And I came to the church there in 2014 for the first ever Hoops for Hunger event, which was
right.
it was your idea.
Yes,
It was. Can you tell me, like, I want a background on, like, well, where you came up with the idea, why you decided on Hoops for Hunger. Just tell me all about it.
Sure. So I was the personal ministry director and the director, actually associate leader, and the director asked me to be an ambassador for ADRA. And I noticed as I was directoring or leading that there was not many young people involved in supporting the ADRA projects in our church. And at that time, I don't know if you remember, the Hunger Games was on.
Yes.
And also at that time, these guys were playing basketball in the basement. And somehow an inspiration from above came, and I took the concept from the Hunger Games where they were competing for food for their community, and I took that part of the concept and added with us playing basketball or them playing basketball in the basement, and I came up with Hoops of Hunger.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how it started.
Yeah, and it started small. I remember the first year there was just a few.
Yes,
a
very
few people.
few.
But it continued to. And
Yes.
Roshawn, I believe you were involved the first year.
Yes, first year I was involved.
And what were your thoughts on it? Like, give me your. I want to hear your experience with it.
Be honest.
Oh, so my experience. So basically in the church, I grew up playing basketball every Saturday night. All a group of kids, all of us, we just come together and play. It was pretty competitive, but we wanted to take it further, bring a team together versus different people from the community. So people from the community also came and we would play one-on-one. And yeah, that was the case for that. But when Hoops for Hunger came about, it's like we can develop a team, build chemistry amongst the friend groups and against the community. And it took it to a whole nother level because we also had the audience to watch, and it just brought such a good vibe to hoops or to basketball in general. So yeah, that was a great experience.
Okay. And so it started in the basement of the church at Toronto West.
Yes.
And how many years did we do it in the basement of the church?
It ran for 3 or 4 years in the basement. It was so packed that we had to move out of the basement.
Right, and so you got a gym at a nearby school, correct?
Yes, there was a school just down the street in Rexdale called Father Henry Carr, and we were able to rent the school. So that's when we started taking it outside, and of course we needed people to help us with the expenses.
Yeah. And so that was 2 years at Father Carr, was it?
Yes.
2018, 2019.
That's right, Father Henry Carr, yes.
Yeah, and it was a very good turnout from what I understand.
Yes, it was. So we turned it in. Actually, it went on a larger scale, right? So we had the MC, we had the whole introduction, we had more prizes, we had medals, and even one year we had medals made of wood. So that was quite interesting. So it was really nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I believe, was it 2018 or 2019, we started to expand the program, and a few other churches got involved, correct?
Yeah, 2019, where we started getting Bowmanville, a couple of the churches came in, Bowmanville, Oshawa, Durham came in, yeah.
And they came to Toronto.
They came to Toronto.
And participated in the tournament in Toronto.
That's right, that's right. So it's growing, yeah, it's growing, yeah.
So Roshawn, can you tell me, I know you said that you had spent, well, basically your whole childhood playing basketball in the gym on Saturday nights. Did you find the atmosphere changed when you switched to the school?
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely a bigger environment, bigger court to play on. So that definitely changed, because like in the basement gym, everything was compact. We even had our outs as the wall sometimes, which is kind of difficult to play with. So yeah, definitely moving to the court or to the school, it was better, honestly. There was more space to play. More people came out. We had the bleachers, so the audience obviously grew from that. And then we had many different sections for different age groups to play as well. So that was good. There wasn't people waiting on the sidelines, waiting to play or get some shots up. So like the multiple nets definitely helped out with that. So yeah.
Oh, that's great. So that was something that was going to happen in 2020. Mm-hmm. And then, as we all know, life changed.
Yes.
And for a while there, we thought that it was going to be canceled.
Yes,
like
we
outright.
did.
Like
yes.
we just thought, you know what, we're going to have to cancel this year. But then a stroke of brilliance.
Not me. Boss lady.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You can take the credit. She's not here. So we changed directions, and
that's right.
Hoops for Hunger is now a virtual event.
That's correct.
How do you do basketball virtually?
We were wondering the same thing. That was really funny. We were wondering. So we thought we were canceling, as you said, and we decided, after speaking with the young people, we decided, okay, what are we going to do? So we have a team of 3 ambassadors. So there's Roshawn, Elisha, and Jaleel. So we bounced on the young people for ideas. What do we do? How do we get this going? So we decided, okay, this is the first time we're going to do it in the fall. So we did it in the fall. And I'm sure Roshawn can tell you actually what they came up with and why they thought it was a good idea. So yeah, fill them in.
Yeah, like you said, the team of ambassadors, we came up, my sister, Roshawn Nunes and Jaleel Aird, we came up with an idea of, so there's a game that we usually play. It's called Horse. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but basically you have however many players you want. They would throw up a shot, be creative with it, and then the person behind them will have to follow and do the same shot. If they miss, they get a letter. So we sort of went around that idea. It was even a time where, like, even for NBA, they were doing things like that in the beginning of the pandemic. They were trying to figure out what can we do to involve the many players that were just sitting at home. So I was seeing that they took the game of Horse virtually and went from there. So I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. We can incorporate that somehow. So then we came up with the Hoops for Hunger, or Hunger as the word, and sort of developed it into a way where it's more active, because with Horse you can be sitting down in one spot making a shot. But for this, we incorporated layups, free throws, and three-point shots. So that's basically how that came about. And for the event, many people, they understood, and they went out and did their thing. So yeah, it was a great alternative to bring something new to the virtual world in terms of basketball.
And because it's a young people event, they got it right away. Or all you basketball people, you got it.
I'm still a young person.
I immediately went to, it's like Hangman. So anybody over 50 or 50 or over is saying, it's like Hangman, okay?
Nothing like Hangman. Nothing like Hangman. Okay. And then, so because it was virtual, before it was always gym-based and everybody would come together. Now it's virtual, so people are doing it at home. But because of that, we got more involvement, correct?
That's correct. So we went pretty well. We picked up people across Ontario, and we picked up people in Newfoundland, and I think we got
there was BC, I believe,
think
too.
we got BC that participated because it's virtual. So there's a good side to things going virtual right now, and it's working better for us because the overhead expenses that we would have had with the live games, now we don't have that. So more of the funds can go actually towards the projects, which is amazing.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right. I know what I would prefer, but I'm curious, Roshawn, what do you prefer? The in-person or the virtual?
Very active person. I'm slowly getting older in age as well, so I'd like to stay active and be in competitive sports. So like I kind of like the being in school, playing in a tournament aspect. But the virtual is also cool because you get outside more because we're stuck in a pandemic. We have to stay indoors and lockdown and stuff. So like honestly, I'm on both sides. I'm on both sides.
So Janice, you had mentioned that people can do it at home now. Does that mean people can do it like in their driveway or in their basement, or what? How have people been doing it? How have people been doing it?
You got the idea. So the whole idea of the virtual is that you can play pretty well anywhere. Okay, so in my neighborhood, you see people with the basketball in their driveway. I have seen people pull the portable ones out in the street, and they're in their community, and they're playing there. You can do it at a school. You can do it. I know, Roshawn, you guys have a basketball park or something like that they do it at. I even suggest, I've seen children have those little play school.
Like the little ones that I used to dunk on when I was little and feel so cool.
Exactly. So you can even do it there. So yeah, so you can pretty well, where you have the net, you can play it. I was even thinking of gamers. Is there such thing as the Wii where you actually virtually shoot?
Probably.
Isn't there a Wii that you can play basketball on? Yeah, we want to give them the flexibility. That's the thing about virtual that we're dealing with now. You have the flexibility to be creative.
Right.
And that's what makes it work so well.
Yeah, and I know, because it was in the fall, I know at the beginning of the pandemic, at least in my neighborhood, the basketball courts in the local park were all closed.
That's right.
Because of COVID restrictions.
Yeah, all the nets
But
were
by fall, they
taken
had
down.
opened.
Yes.
So people
summer.
could get out there and do the game of hunger.
Yeah.
Hoops for Hunger in the local parks, so it's really wide open.
Yes,
I've got
it
a
is.
basketball hoop on the side of my house, so I could do it there, or I could go to the park.
That's right. We were even checking out our basketball in the garage yesterday. We're like, get the basketball ready because we're going to go out and play, kind of thing. Yeah, and the weather's turned out really nice this year.
Yeah.
So.
And so what is the dates for this year's Hoops for Hunger?
So this year, 2021 Hoops of Hunger or Hunger Games is July 16th to 18th.
Okay. All right. And again, people can do it wherever they are.
Yes.
All right. And where are you planning on doing it, Roshawn?
The same court that I went to. Definitely it's spacious. They have two courts actually. So if there's people there, we still have the opportunity to get there, to have a court to play. So yeah, definitely want to play there.
And how many people are you planning on playing with?
I'm gonna try to get 5 people because I noticed there's a lot more people coming out, and I've got some friends from that court as well, so I can probably get them to join in.
Oh, that's great. And what about you, Janice? Are you on a team or?
Well, I'm on a long distance team. So I have friends in different area, and I sort of go with my brother. So there's 2 of us, and then I add on my friends. I call them and say, I'm going to beat you, kind of thing, And I have this thing going with Steve in the office. So yeah, we're always trying to compete with whoever.
And so because you're doing it long distance, do you guys take video of yourselves making the shots and then somebody else has to mimic you? How do you make it work?
Okay, so the person who don't get hunger is your winner.
Yes.
Am I right? Yeah. So we just compete, like you do your shot, I do my layup, and we take a picture and put it on Facebook. We're on Facebook and we're talking, because sometimes you're out by yourself, you don't have anybody with you. So you're pretty well communicating by Facebook if you don't have a team. So you just communicating by Facebook or by phone.
Okay. I love that it's bringing people together, even with the distance and the fact that people can't see each other. It's still bringing us together in some way.
Yeah, in some way.
Yeah. While also raising funds to help feed the hungry.
Yes, and that's what I like about what we're doing, because this year with the virtual, and last year, everybody's getting involved. Previous years it was most of our young people and children that were participating. The older people didn't really want to go out there. And this year you're doing a whole family, or you're doing long distance with your friends and say, yeah, I just made my shot. Did you do yours? Kind of thing. So
okay.
yeah.
I'm hoping you can just explain how this raises money for the hunger projects.
Okay, so every individual or team will get sponsors, right? So first of all, they're going to register online at hoopsforhunger.ca. They're going to register their team if they're playing with someone, or they're going to register individually. They're sharing it via social media with whoever. So once you register, there's no registration fee, but once you register, you go out and you ask for sponsors. So do your shot. Once you're in the game, your sponsorship starts. So I am playing for you. I'm paying for you to play.
So is it similar to a walkathon concept in the sponsorship?
It's slightly different.
Okay.
Okay, so they're sponsoring you to play.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
They're not sponsoring you per basket.
Okay.
Compared to a walkathon, which is kilometers.
Right. So like I can't go out there and make 100 baskets and then get $20 per person.
That's right.
Per basket.
Or you miss
Make
the
some good
basket
money.
and then you don't get no money.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so it's if you're playing, you are sponsored.
That's
Which I
right.
believe is along the same lines as how it was when we were in person.
That's
it was
right.
Your team is sponsored, you're sponsored
That's
as a
right,
participant.
exactly,
And
yes.
it doesn't matter whether you win or you lose, you still get the sponsorship, the money still goes to the
That's
hunger
right.
project.
That's right.
Okay.
Just the idea of playing for the cause.
Right.
Yeah.
And now, is there a specific hunger project that we're fundraising for, or is it a general hunger?
Right now, it's general.
Okay.
I know last year we had someone in mind, but this year we're doing a general global hunger.
Okay.
That's what we're covering.
All right. So let's say you are somebody that really wants to help out, but you may not have access to any basketball courts, or maybe you're just not physically able. Is there a way that you can help out?
Oh, definitely, definitely. So you can become a sponsor a team, or sponsor individual. The other thing that I say to people as well, because I know we're in the situation that we are, share it, like it, just share it with your social media. Someone else can pick it up and stuff. So yeah, they can support us that way.
How do you become a sponsor?
So you become a sponsor by going to the website, hoopsforhunger.ca, and it's hoops and FOR hunger.ca. And you just click on the button. There's a button there that's donate. There's a button there that says sponsor a team or become a team. So whichever one that you choose.
Okay. And you can come up with your own team name?
You can come up with your own team name. Mine is Transformers.
And what's yours, Roshawn?
I don't have one as yet, but I'm gonna come up with something great.
Okay, well, I look forward to seeing what your team name is. So yours was the Transformers last year.
Yes, and I'm keeping my name.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
you know what?
changing lives. We're changing lives.
Don't change it. Did you have a team name last year?
No, I did not.
Okay, you need to get creative, man.
Alicia had a team. It wasn't her E something she called herself.
It was E something. I can't remember.
E something. So, yeah.
All right, so you can get creative in the team names. You can get creative with your shots.
That's right.
This is a lot of creativity.
Yes.
And it's all for such a good cause.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I'm looking forward to 2021. We're looking forward to many more people participating, coast to coast participation.
Coast to coast to coast.
Coast
even.
to coast to coast participating. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that this year.
Okay.
It should be amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's in July this year, so weather should be nice across Canada.
Oh yeah, we're already getting nice weather.
Yep. So, I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes this year, and shooting a few hoops myself.
Me too.
It's been
Yeah.
I'm not
me
great,
too.
but hey.
Hey, I'm gonna
raising
try.
money.
The
So-
layups I think I got. The layup I got. I don't know about the top of the key and the three-pointers.
My basketball coach used to say that if you don't make your layups, then why are you on the court? So
That's the easiest shot. That's the easiest shot. So, yeah.
cookies is what he said. Cookies.
Oh, wow.
All right.
That's funny.
So Did you have anything else you'd like to say, Roshawn?
Yes. So this is a great event. Please come out and support. I've been a veteran from day one. Every day, every year, I look forward to it. So if you wanted to come out, check out the website hoopsforhunger.ca, and you can get more information.
All right. Thanks. So thanks so much for joining us today, Roshawn. And thanks for joining us, Janice.
Thank you for having me.
It was wonderful having you both. All right. So as Roshawn said, if you want any more information, either to be a sponsor or to participate in this year's Hoops for Hunger, visit hoopsforhunger.ca. That's HOOPSFORHUNGER.ca. Thank you so much for joining us again on this podcast. We look forward to having you next time. If you want to watch any of our previous podcasts, you can find them at adra.ca/podcasts or on your favorite podcast streaming device. We also have good news. We're on Roku and Amazon Fire. So look for us on those if you have those streaming services. And we look forward to seeing you next time.